I'm going to hop on here quickly and talk about finding the period of your graph. Before we do anything, I just want to reiterate that sine x parent function graph begins at 0, goes out to 2 pi. That's one cycle of it. All right? Its maximum is 1, and its minimum is -1. Sine hits the middle 3 times. Starts at the middle, high, middle, low, back. Period on this, again, is 2 pi. Starts and stops in 2 pi. Y equals cosine x. Same thing. This is our parent function. Starts and stops in 2 pi. In 2 pi units, that means there is one graph. All right. So cosine starts high, middle, low, middle, high. All right, so period is calculated by frequency. So let's suppose I say y equals sine of 2x. Right here, remember, is where your frequency is. So your f is 2. To calculate your period, you take 2 pi and you divide it by your frequency. So that would be 2 pi divided by 2, or pi. So what that means is when I'm doing my sine function, I go from 0 this time out to pi, not 2 pi. I go out to pi because that's my period, start to stop in pi units. Pi over 2, pi over 4, and then the intervals, 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, and pi. Max is 1, minimum is -1, and it's sine, so it's middle, high, middle, low, middle. In every graph that you create for me, I should see only one cycle. Sine is middle, high, middle, low, middle. Cosine, high, middle, low, middle, high. Some of you have multiple squiggles everywhere. That is not accurate. You need to just make sure you have one cycle so we can see where it starts and stops. Let's try another. Let's do cosine this time and do a fraction. Let's do y equals cosine 1/2 x. So your frequency this time is 1/2. Your period is 2 pi divided by your frequency, which is 2 pi divided by 1/2, which is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So my period this time is 4 pi. Remember, the period on the parent function is starts and stops at 2 pi. This is going to start and stop at 4 pi. So from 0 out to 4 pi. Cut it in half. Cut it in half. 1, 2, 3. Cosine, max is 1, minimum's -1. Cosine starts high, middle, low, middle, high. All right, hopefully that helps you with your period and your frequency.